I didn't mean to make him feel uncomfortable whatsoever, and I know that I definitely crossed the line with everything. I was just trying to be funny, and I was just trying to make a moment for the stream, and I see that what I did came off all wrong, and it's on me. I take full accountability for that.
Can I be honest, bro? Can I be honest? Be careful with what I say about creators, but how is that shit funny? Ooh, the Nina Lynn situation is disturbing. Okay, I've been seeing it on my timeline the past couple of days. It's crazy the one day I take off, the most shit happened in the content creation world, bro. I'm not gonna lie. But let's go ahead and react to this. I got some very interesting opinions about this. So.
Hey, yo, cut the cameras, cut the cameras. Yo, cut the cameras, bro. Zoe, do your
Zoe, he's not consenting. Huh? He's not consenting.
So the whole Saeed thing, no one essay Saeed. You never think about what Saeed's thinking too, though. Like, who wants to walk around being called that? That's embarrassing for him as a guy.
Recently, Nina Lynn has been under fire for a bunch of things, but most notably, her situation that happened with Silky's assistant named Saeed. It's pretty disturbing because she went on stream to talk about the situation, explaining that apparently not only did no one SA him, especially saying that no one would come out as a guy when it said that happened to them because it's embarrassing, basically making fun of people who have been SA.
That is the worst take she could have ever had. I'm gonna be honest, and that one comment is really why this whole situation blew up, like to the level it did right now. Because this whole Saeed shit happened like 8 months ago, and Nina just screwed herself.
Along with the fact that she is literally a hypocrite and had a similar situation happen earlier this year where her sentiments were completely reversed, which no one is even pointing out. It's very odd, and it wasn't even just her that took part in it, but I don't want to keep yapping too much. Let me start from the very beginning with the clip that actually
explain it to the people, gang. Okay, I don't know if I can show these clips. Cordell, editor, please blur everything. Last time we showed some clips of SA, YouTube packed the video to f up, so just be cautious. I also want to mention Saeed has a mental disability. So if any of y'all think that he's like a bitch or he's a pussy for not wanting these girls to do this to him, bro, you feel me? Come on, man.
23. No, he's not consenting.
Yes, he is. He doesn't say nothing.
Okay, you visibly see everybody around here talking about he's not consenting. He's not consenting. Yet you have Nina right there still grabbing that man. People have also mentioned that Saeed was smiling right here, or he was smiling, so of course he didn't like you. Feel me? He was cool with it. I'm gonna tell you right now, a coping mechanism of feeling uncomfortable in a situation is smiling. And you can clearly see this isn't like a ha-ha laugh. This is like a what the f going on laugh. Like, yo, you're going too far laugh. You see how she's grabbing under there too? Peep that. That's just weird. He clearly does not like it. He's actively running away from y'all. This is where this shit went too far. I ain't gonna lie. This is where this shit got crazy. Okay, he's running away from y'all. Now you are forcibly throwing your ass cheeks on him, man. He clearly doesn't want it. Clearly doesn't like it. Plus, you don't know why Saeed is saying no. He could, you never know, he could have a girlfriend. He doesn't want her to see it. You know, he's trying to be a loyal man. He could also be very religious. You know, he could be Muslim. Saeed sounds like a Muslim name. So he could be Muslim. You know, with that religion, bro, if they see some booty cheeks crossing around the street, they supposed to be praying and shit. You know, they can't. They ain't trying to do nothing sexual and shit, right? But what we end up finding out is that Saeed is actually, he has a mental disability. He's autistic. And nothing wrong with that. Seems fully functional. It's not that big of a deal. But at the same time, you got to be a little bit more careful with people like that because that type of sexual shit can be very, very uncomfortable to those people. It can really traumatize them. So, just being weird.
I don't think he wants to. Yeah, right there. Stay right there. Stay right there. Hold on. Sit down. Yo. Okay, sit down.
You remind me of that one video. It's like a cartoon with a throwing. It's like buy a car. Oh my god. You trying to black from getting.
Y'all see how he ran off too? Yeah, he was uncomfortable. He was uncomfortable. He was very uncomfortable.
He did not tell you
She
that.
don't want it, bro.
Now, the two prominent people in this clip happen to be Zoe Spencer and Nina Lynn, who, if you're not aware, are both very prominent streamers who have been creating content for a while now and happen to be doing a collab with Silky. But unfortunate for them, a lot of people saw this clip when it initially came out because it is pretty old if y'all are not aware. Like, this is a very old clip. And unfortunately for Saeed, no one is actually giving him any type of justice other than Silky, explaining that even in that clip, he doesn't want that to happen. Imagine being forcefully taken by some people who are trying to clip for him, because that's what it seems like they're doing in the situation. They think this is all a joke and throw it back on you. That is not something he would want to happen because he's not consenting to it. A lot of people might point at the fact that, whoa, he's laughing, he's joking. I don't know what I'm supposed to do in that situation, but nervously laugh, especially when you're not the most outspoken person, like Silky explained in the clip. He actually doesn't want anything. He's been trying to go away. And even the person he's with, Silky, is trying to move them away from him. But a lot of people may have seen that and be like, hey, it's just jokes. It shouldn't be taken that seriously. It only happened for 1 second. Well, it got even worse because they ended up carrying him into a separate room, trying to pull his clothes off and do other things to him.
Yo, what? Bro, I've never seen this clip. What the fuck? Okay, now this is weird as fuck. This is weird as fuck. That first clip, you can make an argument. You can make an argument that it wasn't too crazy. But in my opinion, it's still crazy. But you can at least make an argument that, oh, man, you know, who doesn't want to get twerked on? Even though that's a weird-ass argument to make. I mean, not everybody's a horny bastard. The fuck? Like, you never know. Could be asexual. But this clip, you dragging him in, taking his pants off?
Nah, they got it.
Please, say this shit ain't so.
Take all of this off. Take it off.
Nah, this is weird as fuck. I don't even want to show this shit. This weird as fuck, bro. This weird as fuck.
Hey, yo, cut the cameras. Cut the cameras.
Cut the cameras? The fuck?
Yo, cut the cameras, bro. Zoe, do you? Let me get my Louis Vuitton store. Hold on. No outside clothes on the bed. Hold on. What's going on?
This shit weird as fuck. I'm gonna be honest. Even if this guy, right? Even Saeed was cool with all of this shit. Why are we streaming this freaked out ass shit? I mean, it's like y'all trying to fuck him on cam. Are y'all stars? The fuck? This is weird. It's just weird in general.
Look at that bag. Look at that bag.
Where's this Zoe freaky ass doing this shit?
Hold on, this is a nice bag. Yo, how much this cost?
Like, how is this content, man? This is weird.
Turn around. Start with the top.
Yo, this shit weird, bro. This shit weird, bro. This shit weird.
Zoe, he's not consenting. He's not consenting. Yo, that's my bag, bro. No.
Can I have it?
What the fuck? Yo, what is this, man?
No, you can't have my bag.
Yo, what is this, bro?
Bag. What? You had it.
Imagine the roles reversed. You know, I don't like bringing up that point, but imagine if the roles were reversed. Imagine, let's say this is Zoe Spencer. Let's say it's the Shay Frost, right? It's a girl, and the Shay is actively trying to like work on the girl or like make it or like hump the girl, or whatever, on stream. Whatever. She like, niggas just allowing this shit. And then not only this, he does that, right? But he drags the girl in the room. Let's say he's with let's just say he's somebody else. Him and his friend drag the girl in the room, and then proceed humping them again, sitting on the girl, grabbing the girl, trying to take the girl's clothes off. Bro, that nigga would have got canceled and banned immediately. He probably would have caught a charge. He deadass probably would have caught a charge. He would have caught a charge. I also want to mention, yo, nobody in the room is doing shit about this. I understand people probably just thought it was, you know, it was just a joke. It was a clip for him, whatever. At the same time, when is content end, bro? When is it not content anymore? And it's just niggas being weird. Because this shit is just weird this is weird to watch, man. I don't know who would want to watch this shit.
Yo, what is happening, yo?
If you watch my content for a while, you know how adamant I am against clip farming and how dumb I honestly think it is. So if you're gonna point at me and tell me that this is clip farming, I'm gonna look at you and tell you I found an idiot. Genuinely,
that's just weird, bro.
To be, because ripping someone's clothes off, even carrying them when they're adamant about not wanting you to touch them or do anything to them, doesn't seem like something that's really joke worthy or at any point in time pertains anything to actually do with the joke. And several times it is very adamantly recently stated that he doesn't want this to happen. He is not okay with it. By Silky moving him away. By Silky himself even saying, yo, he is not consenting. Yes, they're all laughing, but they're trying to keep the appearance of the stream going. They don't want to make it really awkward. But in situations like this, I feel like it's completely fine to disrupt the entire stream and be like, yo, seriously, cameras down. This is not okay.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Somebody should have stopped this shit. Especially knowing what we know now about Saeed, you should have stopped this shit. I do applaud Silky for saying, yo, she's not consenting, but at the same time, at what point do you realize that these words are not working? Yo, Nina, Zoe, stop it. Cameras off. This nigga, yo, chill. I feel like something like that should have been said. You know, I'm not going to blame this on Silky, of course. But at the same time, you got to, like, more could have been done, bro. And also, Zoe and fucking Nina, yo, what the fuck are y'all doing, man? This whole situation is just weird, man.
Hey, and that's genuinely what should have happened in this situation. Unfortunately, it didn't. And the situation is pretty much swept under the rug until recently, where a lot more people have been digging into it and bringing this back up, because Saeed never got justice and no one was really facing any consequences for their actions. Zoe Spencer nor Nina. But recently, since people are brought it back up, Nina spoke about it, and her response was probably the worst thing she could have said.
So what if he says, I feel like you did no, so the Saeed thing.
Okay, let's actually go back and read what I'm pretty sure this is Saeed. Saeed, yeah, okay, this is Saeed. I've been vocal about this situation originally and nobody cared. It took me a lot to talk about it again, and for the third time, it has hurt me once again where it will take me time to heal from it again. I've been invalidated by the other parties, but you don't realize what it did. And the fact that this is how Saeed feels about it, and this is what Nina says in the clip, is crazy. Let's play the clip. I already seen this clip.
No, so the Saeed thing, no one essayed Saeed. That's why today I was actually looking for Saeed. I was gonna talk to him. He definitely felt.
No one essayed Saeed. I mean, y'all was grabbing on his meat, trying to take his clothes off, forcibly twerking on him when he said, yo, I don't want to do this shit. I don't know about you, but if roles were reversed, and let's say that Diddy Frost was humping a girl on stream, trying to take her clothes off, I think everybody would say that's SA. I'm just keeping it a beam.
As a person, me, I think I'm doing what I do. I didn't know. So you gotta let me know. If you did, I will always apologize. And that's just little people.
But cool, okay, and you said you didn't know. If you didn't know, like, he felt that way, okay, first, that's a lie, because Silky was clearly saying, yo, he's not consenting to this. That's a fucking lie. But even if you didn't know, okay, this is the time where you take it, you know, you take this time and apologize. Yo, Saeed, if I did anything to you, my bad. That shit was weird. My bad, or whatever. Whatever, right? If you said that, I'm pretty sure the situation would have died right there. Right at this clip. The situation would have died. The fact that you said what you were about to say right now is why this shit is fucking... It's why you're banned on Twitch.
You walk around say all that great... You never think about what Saeed's thinking too, though. Like, who wants to walk around being called that? That's embarrassing for him as a guy. You see Saeed today? Oh,
it's embarrassing for him as a guy to get SA'd by you and your freaked out ass friend. When, again, I hate to keep on bringing this up, but we know what we know about him. And you're trying to call him... You're fucking weird, bro. Even if he wasn't, bro, you're fucking weird, man. Yo, just because... Yo, we live in such a horny-ass time in society. Such a freaked-out time in society. That everybody just thinks it's cool to just be freaked, like, super freaked out openly, right? Look, me personally, I'm a freaky nigga. I say this shit all the time. But at the same time, there's certain things that I'm not comfortable with. There's certain things that you're not comfortable with. There's certain things that even the Diddy Frost wouldn't be comfortable with. Saeed openly told you, I'm not comfortable with this shit. This freaked out ass shit. Especially live on stream. And not only did you choose to ignore it, but you're blaming him and getting mad at him because he didn't want to participate in your freaked out activities, bro. That's weird as fuck. Like, in this climate where it seemed like every single nigga trying to get on some shit, trying to crack some shit, whatever. The fact that a guy told you, yo, I'm not trying to be on that, it should have been alarming enough for you to be like, okay, I'm gonna chill. Because, let's be honest, 90% of things, most guys probably wouldn't have a problem with that situation, at least getting twerked on. Other shit, that's weird. But at least getting twerked on. Most niggas wouldn't care. So the fact that he cared should tell you, yo, I should probably chill. Because he actually doesn't want this shit. That should be a clear-cut indicator. Not that, oh, he must be gay, or oh, he must be trolling, or oh, he must be weird. Oh yeah, like no. If a nigga said he don't want to get twerked on, bro, he don't want to get twerked on, bro. Come on, man. Let's just be honest, bro. So the fact that you trying to like deflect accountability for this shit, and you really trying to like act like you ain't do nothing wrong when he clearly said it hurt him, you're fucking weird, man. And I'm surprised I'm seeing this shit out of Nina. I've only heard good things about Nina, bro. I'm surprised that Nina is the one doing this shit. I'm not gonna hold you. It's just crazy, man.
Now y'all probably understand why I stated earlier that this clip is old. She's just now trying to get justice for him or repair the situation. But not only was this clip brought up a while ago and she had never said anything or had any real comments on it, but it was brought up again when the entire Zoe Spencer and Soluminati drama was brought up. And again, Nina never actually said anything. There was no statements made. There was nothing said. She didn't really have any thoughts on it. It basically stayed out of the situation completely. So it didn't really seem like she cared until people were pointing the finger at her, asking her why she hasn't said anything, asking her why she did anything, and all of a sudden she is very adamant about not only repairing the situation, making sure we at the internet knows she genuinely cares and wants to do the best for him. Along with the fact that
that's not true though. That's fake. That's phony. That's phony. You just said in the clip before you didn't give a fuck. You didn't think you essayed him. That even if you did, he's just pussy as a guy because guys aren't supposed to get essayed. That's phony, gang. Again, Nina, I've only heard good things about you. I'm surprised I'm hearing all of this shit, bro.
The statements that were made in this video are pretty insane. Saying that no one essayed him as if we don't all have cameras and eyes that can watch the video. Along with the fact saying that it's actually embarrassing to come out and say that stuff, it makes sense why Saeed didn't come out and say something earlier, because of people like you who apparently were going to judge him and say it's embarrassing to come out when you feel uncomfortable about something. What makes this entire Nina situation all worse again is the fact that Zoe Spencer already had came out and given an apology, and at no point in time did you hear Nina say anything, talk about it, or really bring it up.
I didn't mean to make him feel uncomfortable whatsoever, and I know that I definitely crossed the line with everything. I was just trying to be funny, and I was just trying to make a moment for the stream, and I see that what I did came off all wrong, and it's on me. I take full accountability for that.
Can I be honest, bro? Can I be honest? I'm trying to be nice. You know, I'm trying to be PC. I'm trying to be careful with what I say about creators, but how is that shit funny? I don't understand how that's funny. Maybe to a different audience, yeah. It's humor subjective, but hey, at least you apologizing. I'll give you that.
I just want to say, Saeed, and to anybody out there that I made feel uncomfortable, I'm genuinely sorry.
I feel like I repeat the exact same sentiments every time I talk about streamer drama, to the point where it just feels so repetitive at times, because this mentality that you were just trying to make a moment for the stream, you were just trying to make a joke, you were just trying to clip farm, doesn't absolve you from the wrong thing that you did while that camera was rolling.
Again, Deshae. If Deshae Frost humped a girl on cam, y'all wouldn't say that's clips. Y'all wouldn't say that's funny. Same thing happened in reverse. And like, again, kudos to her for actually apologizing, but at the same time, like, I just don't find how that's funny.
That is very dumb and is very stupid mentality. I don't understand why people keep allowing things like this to corrupt them and have outcomes like this where people are genuinely upset about the situation. And you don't have to guess if Saeed's upset or not, because again, he even tweeted about the situation because it was being brought back up. Are you mentally and emotionally traumatized, not only with the physical aspect? They didn't even post the full thing. There's a part where they literally take me to the room and try to pull down my clothing. Not standing with her, but why didn't you talk about this earlier? And why was you laughing in the clip? Definitely wrong, but come on. When it originally happened, most people were attacking me, and I just felt so uncomfortable talking about it. I only talked about it with people that I know. During the situation,
because as a man, it's like niggas make fun of you when you feel like you got like assaulted or some shit. It's weird. Crazy part about it, yo. It be some freaked out weird ass girls who really be assaulting niggas, man. I told y'all that. I don't think I told y'all about that. But there was one time like a girl literally tried to get me like drunk as fuck just to fuck me. Like on some weird shit. And most niggas might be like, yo, that's cool. That's cool as fuck. Yo, I want to have that shit happen to me. I'm telling you that shit. Yo, I'm telling you right now, that shit's weird as fuck. Like the girl was dead ass putting my chin up, pouring shots down my throat, trying to get me drunk so I could fuck her. And at that time, I was celibate. I didn't want to fuck her. So it was just, you feel me? It's that weird shit. I don't know. But like, I'm telling you, this shit, bro. This mentality that girls can't be weirdos, can't be assaulters, can't SA you is fucking weird, man. It's weird. Because it really can happen, bro.
I'm happy that he did have people around him that wanted to help him, like Silky, even some people online who are in some of their communities reaching out to make sure that he is okay. And I also personally hope that he's okay. I hope people in my comment sections, anyone that's seen this video, hope that he is okay. But what makes this whole situation even worse, after that terrible response from Nina, a lot of people were grilling her, asking her to say something or even talk about the situation further. So while she was on stream, she issued another apology for not only what she did, but also those statements that she made while on stream again. And it's not really what you would expect.
I'm gonna always be all right, bro. Trust me. But I want to make sure he's okay. Because he's been very nice. He's always been very nice to me, you know? Who are we talking about? Like, we're talking about Saeed. And this situation, what I'm talking about, has nothing to do with YPG, none of that. So I don't want to hear his name, but it only has to do with me and Saeed. And listen, I'm old enough to own up to what I did wrong. And during the situation, I genuinely 100% thought it was a joke. I just thought he was laughing, so I'm like, oh, and we all just laughing and geeking. But yeah, I see. It is wrong. It is really, really wrong. And what we did was wrong. You know.
You can't, this doesn't feel genuine. I'm going to be honest. You can't say that, yo, he's a man, so he shouldn't care about SA. And then once you see people hating on that shit, you come back with this. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to call this shit out. This isn't genuine, bro.
He clearly was uncomfortable with it, you know, and he was very hurt by it, so that's all that we know.
Again, it's pretty surprising to come to this conclusion that, hey, maybe the joke that I made that a bunch of people were telling me to stop doing, the person ran away from me, the person I was with him kept saying he's not consenting, no, isn't that much of a joke because no one was okay with it. I didn't know we needed to be rocket scientists to figure that out because this entire situation and even some of these comments make me feel like y'all have to perform quadratic equations just to understand that maybe the guy that's not wanting all of this to happen by not only his expressions, his movements, his friends saying no, would not be okay with this and wouldn't see it as a joke. Pretty crazy that that's how far we came in this whole terms of the situation. But obviously even that apology just sums up to the equation of I thought I was joking, I thought I was making a joke, and I thought I could just joke around like that, even though we've already had the same sentiment online consistently. Just because you turn a camera on, just because you add I was clip farming at the end of something, does not mean that you are absolved of all blame. You are still weird, and we are still looking at you like a weirdo. The laughable part about all of this, though, that I feel like a lot of people aren't pointing out, is that Nina is actually a hypocrite. Recently, she had a situation with Ash Oak where he ended up throwing her food away because Max gifted him 100 subs. And at the end of the day, he said he was basically doing it for a clip. He was doing it for the 100 subs, and it was meant to be a funny moment because it was on stream. And she crashed out about it.
You're not stealing from me. You can't steal food from me. There's no way you're stealing from me.
We should probably just take this to go. We'll just take it to go. It's getting late, you know what I'm saying? I need my 100. I need my 100 right now. Holy, I can't even look. I'm sorry. Look at me. Look. No. I was forced. I had to do this.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Nina. Look.
Yo, what the are you doing?
Because a lot of people aren't pointing this out, I feel like I had to. This is a situation that got so bad, she ended up cutting him off over some food, which I still maintain my same sentiment. I feel like it's weird to do that for the clip. Just like I feel like it's weird for her to hold somebody down in the bed when they're obviously not wanting that to happen, and everybody else around them is telling him to stop and saying he's not consenting, yet they are still doing it because they want to get the joke off as well.
So that happened to you. You're like, nah, that shit way too far. Whatever. But with the Saeed shit, when he said he was uncomfortable with this shit, you were like, who cares? Yeah, not a good look, Nina. Not a good look.
So I just don't understand how she gets mad when someone does it to her, but she gets free reign when they do it to other people. And again, to the point where she literally cut him off because of that situation.
Now look, I'm gonna be honest. I don't play by my food either. I would have for sure cut a bro off too. But at the same time, this is where I get confused, right? All of these streamers who do IRL streams and shit, your main goal is to clip farm enough to where people can view the clips on Twitch, TikTok, view the clips on Twitter, and come tap into the streams. The whole point of an IRL stream is really just stalling until you can find the next clip. That's all it is. That's why I don't really like doing it. If I ain't tell y'all that before. Here's the thing now, right? With this niche, it's gonna be moments like this where there's nothing to clip for them. You know, you kind of out of idea, so you just do some random shit just to form clips. With doing that, you end up, a lot of people tend to go too far when doing that. We see with the Saeed situation, we see with that Ash Elk, you know, grabbing her food, whatever. We seen with other occasions with the whole Deshae Diddy Frost that happened earlier this year, where he tried to say that he wanted to like crack a 15-year-old girl on some weird shit. I don't know. She was young, whatever. Here's my issue with all of this shit, bro. If you can't make content off of just being funny and being original without having to do weird shit like that, you need to start reevaluating some things. I'm not gonna hold you. I'm a victim of that shit too. I ain't gonna lie. Back in the day, y'all know I used to put the little ass in the thumbnails on some shit, right? On the main channel, even on this channel. Tried to stop doing that. I shouldn't have. Reason why is because I don't want to rely on freaked out shit like that to make content. If you have to, then you're really not that good of a content creator. You need to get out of that shit. And it's like, it's cool sometimes, it's whatever, when it causes for it. But with situations like this, try to act like it's better to actually try to make good content rather than just stalling and shit and doing that bullshit. And then you have to fuck over people or get people mad just to make the clip. And it's like, come on, bro, stop that.
He didn't even have that thought whatsoever unless he got that $100. He never thought like that. So you think it literally was in the moment. He was like, yo, so you think I want the clip, I want the clout. He even said himself, he texted me this shit, a whole paragraph. He said, I thought it would be great for my content. I thought it would be good for content.
But you did the same thing to CE, bro. You can't get mad about that, man. King Vaughn says stop the gun violence. Ass take, bro.
I feel like it's such a fucked up thing that like who's a friend of mine.
No, it's not, because I wouldn't even want a friend around me, even if I apologize, that would have their mindset change within seconds about some clout. That to me is like low life shit. I don't know.
Going for the clip, going
then
for
you did the
joke,
same
going
exact
for the
thing,
clout
bro.
When it's obvious somebody doesn't want to do it is a low life stuff, guys. Just remember that, because a couple months ago she was the same one doing the same thing, which is insane that all of a sudden her mind can get flipped once this stuff happens to her. But at the end of the day, that is just how I feel. For the new people, that's really the end of the video. I hope you guys did enjoy it, but for my returning viewers,
all right, what do y'all think about the situation? Final thoughts. I still stand by the thought process of that was weird as fuck. All right. You know, I think Nina's response to this whole situation is weird. Again, I've only heard good things about Nina, like off camera. So I'm surprised that she got caught up in a situation like this. But I hope she really does, you feel me, look at the situation, analyze it, and really does do better from this. Zoe, you know, Zoe does a lot of weird shit. I'm not really surprised she did this. I'm gonna keep it a bit. Thing with Zoe though, glad she did apologize. Hopefully she actually does change and stop doing weird shit like that for content. I don't know. But yeah, that's really all I gotta say about this. Prayers out to Saeed. Hopefully, you feel me, he can move on from this situation. You know, I seen a clip or I seen a tweet that Saeed was talking about how when he explained the situation to his mother, she cried for him. That's serious. You know, that's bad, in my opinion. That's sad as fuck. So for the people who think the situation isn't that deep, it is. All right? It is. If roles were reversed, it would be. I do want to add one last point. He didn't mention this. But Nina and both Nina and Zoe both got banned for like on Twitch for like a day or two. Or I think it was only a day for who was it? Zoe Spencer. Nina is still banned, if I'm pretty sure. Maybe she's not, but I think she's still banned. I'll probably watch an update video about this if I get anything else about it. But I just want to say this, and really do listen to me when I say it. Twitch, what's the fucking point of banning somebody for a day? What does that do? This is coming from a person who's been banned on your platform for over 2 weeks at a time, right? I think Twitch bans are stupid, but if you're going to ban somebody, why only ban them for a day? What does that do? That's dead ass like that SpongeBob meme of him and Patrick getting locked up and then getting out like a second later. What does that do? How are you going to learn your lesson in one day if that's what it's supposed to do? You're going to ban somebody, at least ban them for 3 to a week, bro. The fuck? Girl literally essayed somebody on camera. You're only banning her for a day? The fuck? But you'll ban another streamer or even me for a person in the video I was watching saying the hard R or saying a word. Yet somebody can essay somebody on camera. One day ban it. The fuck? That don't make no sense. But all right, that's it in the video. We out. Let me know your opinions about this in the comment section.